So you've decided that your golf game requires a new hybrid, but should you go standard length hybrid or one length hybrid? Let's find out, and let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your very first time watching my content, first of all, welcome to the channel. Second of all, please make sure you do consider hitting that subscribe button before you leave. That way you won't miss any of the great golf related content that I bring to you guys every single day. In today's video, I'm putting head to head the brand new Cobra Speedzone hybrid against the brand new Cobra Speedzone one length hybrid, and I'm very much looking forward to this. And I've been looking forward to this for a very long time because last year when Cobra released the one length hybrid, they were that popular you just couldn't get your hands on one. I couldn't get my hands on one to test, I couldn't get my hands on one to review. This year I have one and I'm so grateful because, as you all know guys, or as a lot of you will know, I've been in Australia the last couple of weeks and I had a very long flight home last night. And I haven't slept much. The first swing back in the UK, the first swing, the first warm-up shot, the first swing I made resulted like this. Wow. Now that was the first shot with the Cobra one length hybrid, and I was skeptical before, but look at that. This is in the warm-up, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. How easy is this thing going to be to hit? Guys, we're going to compare them for numbers, we're going to compare them for length, we're going to compare them for trajectory, everything you will want to see in this video. And I'm also going to give them both their own review as well. So if you do want some real in-depth tech on these, then make sure you stay tuned for that because that is coming. The big story behind these clubs is the split rails that you see down here, similar to the old baffler technology that you used to see in Cobra's hybrids and fairway woods, and they are designed to help split through the turf from the bad lie, from the rough, even from the fairway, and help you get a much better strike. So without any further ado, let's start with the standard length. And that's a nice one to start with. Guys, hit those comments below. What would you expect the big difference to be between the one length and the standard length? I'm expecting that I'm not going to get the club head speed with the one length, so I'm not going to get the trajectory with the one length, and that the standard length will probably go a little bit further. What Cobra are saying with the idea behind the one length is that most players hit the centre of that face a lot more often with the one length. Remember, this is a 7-iron length, 4-iron hybrid. Right? And because more people hit the centre of the face more often, they didn't see the distance drop off that you may assume with the 2-inch shorter shaft. Now, it worries me a little bit that because the one length gets all the headlines, it gets all the Hollywood, it gets all the press, that people will overlook the standard Speedzone hybrid. I've hit a couple of shots in a warm-up, as I always do, and it feels great, it looks great. For me, the head shape with both of these clubs is exactly what I would want from a hybrid. It's not too big at the back, but it doesn't look too much like an iron. It's not stuck looking like an 11 wood, but then it's not stuck looking like a driving iron either. It looks like a proper old-fashioned hybrid. Really does feel great, this as well. I do very much enjoy the colour scheme of the standard Cobra one length hybrid as well. I think it looks absolutely brilliant. I love how we've got this yellow and red on the toe here and it goes all the way around the head. And I'm very much enjoying this new logo in the middle as well. I think that looks absolutely brilliant. One thing I would say is the paint quality I'm not 100% sure on. I've literally got this out of the wrapper today and there's a few bits chipping off, which you obviously would find very annoying if you spent the money on this club, but then maybe I've just dropped it somewhere without realising or caught it somewhere. It's very difficult to say, but I don't feel like I have. Looking down at the ball, I just think it screams quality hybrid. I love, again, this matte finish. Can you hear that? Absolutely love that. You're definitely not going to get any glare from the sun on that, which can be a big problem with woods as well if you have the gloss finish on top. And I do seem to be getting very consistent numbers with this Speedzone hybrid, so it's going to be interesting to see how consistent the one length hybrid can be and if it can beat that dispersion, because let's be fair, as dispersions go, that ain't bad. specs of these two hybrids, we do have the standard Cobra Speedzone hybrid in 21 degrees, which is a 4-iron replacement or a 4 hybrid. We also have the Cobra Speedzone 1-length hybrid in, you guessed it, 21 degrees, which is again a 4-iron replacement or a 4 hybrid. The standard Speedzone is 39.5 inches and the 1-length 37.5 inches, which is the standard length of your everyday 7-iron. Okay, let's hit a couple more shots with this standard Speedzone hybrid, then let's move into what a lot of you have tuned in for, the 1-length. With a nice big high ball flight there. Guys, also hit those comments below. Would you like to see me take these out on the golf course and test them head to head at certain distances and see just how they perform out the rough, out the fairway, out of fairway bunkers? Because for me, I think a hybrid is almost the most versatile club in the bag. And you'd use it from all over the place, really. That's half a dozen shots hit with the standard Cobra Speedzone hybrid. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I've really enjoyed that, and I could be changing out of my Callaway Apex Pro hybrid in the new year. This could be a contender the way that test's gone. Let's take a look at the 1-length and see just how it compares. So initial reaction stood over the 1-length hybrid, and this almost feels like cheating. It just feels too short. But then how does it perform? Oh, first shot, got to say. Distance was fairly impressive. Club head speed we didn't lose too much. Ball speed we didn't lose too much. What are you actually losing? So both the clubs do come with the Cobra Connect system, which is the Arcos system run in the grip. That allows you to track all your data, track all your rounds, and also track your stats and see which clubs you need to work on the most. Guys, also hit those comments below. Would you like to see me go out and play? We do have all the Cobra irons to review this year. Would you like to see me take them out on the golf course and test the Cobra Connect system and see how that works on the app? Because to be fair, I probably will do that anyway because I'm very much looking forward to it. You see, sometimes it is nice to get out on the golf course and have that data to show what you do need to improve on. For me, I can imagine it would read, must improve, must improve, must improve, must improve, must improve, could do better, and then maybe your chipping's okay. Yeah, probably not okay. You see, one thing for me with this 1-length hybrid is getting yourself to stand close enough to it. Looking down at a hybrid head and kind of not being at least here does feel very odd. And I must say, one reason which could potentially stop me putting this in the bag is that I don't use 1-length irons, and that's not to say that I'm against 1-length irons, because I'm not against 1-length irons. In fact, with long irons and hybrids especially, I love the idea, but because I don't use 1-length irons, is it going to be weird me going from my 5-iron or my 4-iron to a hybrid, which is shorter? Or will the 1-length hybrid just be a little secret weapon for off the tee and from kind of 210, 15, 20 yards? That was heavy, but got away with it. Interestingly enough, I do have both these clubs in the Recoil FSX 480 F4 shaft. Can't believe I got that right, first time. And as you see, as the club shaft goes into the grip, if you peel this back, you can start to just see how it is the exact same shaft, just cut down, which I quite like. I like that they've not gone way too fancy with trying to weight the shaft differently. We're trying to go overkill. They've just literally gone. Probably not with those sound effects, but you get the idea. I could definitely get used to having this length hybrid in the bag just for the fun of it. That feels so good. I've got to say, I do absolutely love the colour scheme of this, the blue, red and white. We still have the split rails on the bottom to help with turf interaction, and we also still have the same 12-gram weight in the head, which did surprise me a little bit, because generally, if you do have shorter clubs, say if you cut some length off your driver, you would generally put a heavier weight in the head just to make up for the general overall weight. But no, we have the same 12-gram weight in the head. Feels great, really does. Right guys, this is going to be the last shot, then we've hit half a dozen shots with each. And before we even look at the numbers, before we even hit the final shot, I've got to admit, if you told me that I had to play one of these clubs next year, not that you ever would or not that anyone ever would, but I wouldn't be disappointed. I'd be quite happy gaming either of these clubs. They are both 21 degrees, they are both 4-iron replacements for hybrids, and I would honestly have no problem gaming either of them. Right, last shot. Last shot on both of them just leads a little bit right. I don't know if I just got a little bit overconfident with the last shots with both of them, which is a shame actually, because without those last shots, the dispersion was incredible. Let's take a look at the numbers. Okay guys, we will start with the standard Speedzone hybrid, which is 39.5 inches, and if we do look at that dispersion, pretty happy with that, over 200 plus yards. I think anyone is going to be pretty happy with that. For the distance, distance-wise, pretty happy with all of these. I think consistency, that absolutely screams out there, doesn't it? We have 216, 212, 220, 221, 214, and 217. Club speeds 92, 90, 95, 92, 93, 90, so it varies a little bit obviously depending on the quality of the swing, and ball speed varies in relation to that. Spin rates 44, 48, 42, 38, 5000, 39. So that gives us average numbers of 217 with 92.4 club speed, 137.4 ball speed, 4,401 spin. And this is going to be a big one in relation to this test, the peak height. So peak height on an average is 128 feet. What about the Speedzone one length hybrid at 37.5 inches? Dispersion wise, again pretty good. We can see that I've got 5 shots just on the left there, and then the final shot which just edged right. I think if we are splitting hairs, you've got to say actually that the standard hybrid is a tiny bit better, isn't it? And you can see already there that the standard hybrid is going a little bit higher. But what about the numbers? So the one length hybrid, we do have numbers, again pretty consistent. I had one which wasn't a great swing, but 215, 210, 199, 215, 204, 213. We do have club speeds of 89, didn't register, 87, 88, 89 and 90, producing ball speeds again that are quite similar compared to how the club head speed was. Average distance 209, which in relation to the standard hybrid, we do lose 8 yards, which would worry me a little bit. Average club head speed 89.2, so again we've lost about kind of 3 mile an hour club head speed on average there. Ball speed 130, 137, so again we've lost 7 mile an hour ball speed. And spin rate 3,719 as opposed to 4,400, so spinning quite a lot less. Now earlier on we spoke about height, and with the standard Speedzone hybrid, remember we had an average height of 128 feet and only 115 feet with the one length. So if I'm being honest, I love the look of the one length hybrid, love the feel of the one length hybrid, and adore the idea of the one length hybrid. That rhymed pretty well, didn't it? Anyway, but it's not quite performed as well for me as the standard Cobra Speedzone hybrid. So for me, I can't see me putting the one length in the bag. Again, I love the idea of it. I can't wait to get it in the hands of Mark, our mid-handicap tester, because I think personally he will be all over this, and I think a lot of mid-handicappers should definitely try this, potentially go and get fitted for this, because imagine you're having a bad day off the tee. Imagine you're having a bad day with the driver, a bad day with the 3-wood, you can't even hit your hybrid properly, and then you have a one length hybrid in the bag, which is the 7-iron length. How many times would you just revert back to hitting an iron off the tee? Generally, very, very rarely, because you wouldn't get the distance. Yes, for me, the one length hybrid didn't go as far as the standard hybrid, but I honestly think that if you struggle hitting the middle of the club face very often, if you're a mid-handicap or high handicap, you should definitely go and try one of these. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure you do hit that subscribe button below. Leave us a like if you enjoyed the content. Hit those comments below. Were you right? Did you think that this wouldn't go as far? Which one would you try and have in your bag? Guys, I very, very, very much look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.